All right, today we're going to break down a really powerful one-day protocol that's designed to give your life a complete reset. And look, this isn't just some fluffy motivation talk. We're diving deep into the psychological principles that can help you build an entirely new you. And you can start tomorrow. Let's get into it. Okay, so before we really dive into the how, I want you to try something with me. It's just a quick 30-second thought experiment. And seriously, if you actually do this, it could change everything. So wherever you are, just for a moment, go ahead and close your eyes. So with your eyes closed, I want you to really feel this. Imagine you've woken up and it's 10 years from now and everything has gone wrong. Your health is shot, you're constantly stressed about money, and those big dreams you have right now, they feel like some distant, silly memory. All you're left with is this deep, heavy feeling of regret. You look at an old picture of yourself from today and you see all that potential and you just start begging, pleading for just one chance to come back to this very day and do it all over. All right, you can open your eyes now. Welcome back, because you got it. This right now is that moment. Today is the one last chance you were just begging for. So the question is, what are you going to do with it? So to really get how to change, first we have to figure out why we get stuck in the first place. And the secret is buried in a fundamental truth about our minds. Every single thing we do, every action we take is driven by a goal. But here's the catch. Most of the time, we have no idea what those goals actually are. You know all those excuses we tell ourselves? Let's flip them on their head. We say we're lazy or we lack motivation. But get this, laziness isn't real. It's just a story your brain tells you to cover up its real goal, which is almost always to keep you safe. Safe from failing, safe from being judged, safe from any kind of discomfort. Your procrastination isn't some flaw in your character. It's a protection strategy. There's this great quote from the psychologist Alfred Adler that just hits the nail on the head. What he's saying is, forget what you say you want. Your actions, your movements, that's what tells the real story. If you aren't actually moving towards a goal you claim to have, it's because your unconscious mind has a different goal it cares about way more. Okay, so if the hidden goal is just to stay safe, what's running that program? Well, it's something we almost never think about, but it controls pretty much everything we do. It's our identity. See, your identity, it isn't something you were born with. It's something you built, piece by piece. It starts with a simple goal, usually when you're a kid, like needing to feel safe. You take certain actions, those actions become habits, and over time, those habits create a really consistent pattern of behavior. Eventually, you slap a label on that pattern. Oh, I'm just the kind of person who... And this right here is the part that trips everyone up. Your brain will actually sabotage your own success if it threatens the identity you've built. It would literally rather be right about who it thinks you are, even if that identity is, I'm a procrastinator, than let you be happy and successful, because that would prove the old identity was wrong. And that is why a crazy 80% of New Year's resolutions are totally dead by February. People are trying to change one little behavior, but what they're really doing is using a tiny bit of willpower to fight a 20-year-old identity that is screaming, no way, that's not us. It's a fight you just can't win like that. Okay, so this sounds pretty bleak, right? It sounds like we're fighting our own brain. How can you possibly win that? Well, it's not impossible. The solution comes from a totally different way of thinking about intelligence, using an idea from a field called cybernetics. Now, don't let the weird name fool you. Cybernetics is just a fancy word for the art of steering. It's like this. You're the captain of a ship, and you want to get to that amazing island destination. You don't just point the boat and fall asleep, right? No, you constantly adjust for the wind, for the currents. You steer. That's all this is. It's the science of taking effective action. And here's the secret sauce that all super effective systems use, whether it's a spaceship or a really successful person. It's this simple loop. You set a goal, you take an action, you see where you landed, you compare that to where you want to be, and then you correct your course and act again. So failure isn't really failure. It's not a stop sign. It's just information. It's data telling you how to steer next. So this completely changes what it means to be smart, you know? True intelligence isn't about having a high IQ or knowing a bunch of facts. It's a skill. It's what you do. It's the ability to run that feedback loop over and over, the grit to treat every mistake not as the end of the road, but as another clue that helps you steer better next time. All right, so how do we actually do this? How do we install this new mental operating system and build an identity that actually works for us, not against us? Let's get to the blueprint. This is a one-day protocol with very specific questions designed to completely rewire your brain. The whole thing is designed to be done in one single focused day. It's broken into 3 simple parts. In the morning, you're going to dig deep and create a super clear vision. In the afternoon, you're going to build real-time awareness of your own self-sabotage. And then at night, you're going to make a final, powerful decision that locks in the change. Okay, so the morning kicks off with some real, brutal honesty. You've got to ask yourself, what am I just tolerating in my life? What are the complaints I make over and over again? And most importantly, what is that one ugly, bitter truth about my situation that I am terrified to even say out loud to myself? This is about finding where the real pain is coming from. And now we come to maybe the most powerful part of the entire day. Remember that little thought experiment we did at the start? We're going to do that again, but this time we're going all in. You need to imagine, in painful, vivid detail, what your life will actually look and feel like in 5 or 10 years if absolutely nothing changes. The goal here isn't just to scare yourself. It's to create a deep emotional reason to change. You have to make your brain feel the pain of not changing. So, the whole point of the afternoon is to catch yourself in the act, to break out of autopilot. You're going to set 6 alarms on your phone with these exact questions. Each time that alarm rings, you stop whatever you're doing and answer it, honestly. It's like a pattern interrupt. It yanks you out of your old habits and forces you to actually look at what you're doing right in that moment. By the time you get to the evening, your awareness is going to be through the roof. The first big question you'll ask is, who is the real enemy here? And let me be clear, the enemy is never another person. It's not your boss, it's not the economy, it's something inside you. A belief, a pattern, a story. You have to be able to name it. And here we are, the final, most important step of the day, the decision. You're going to take everything you've learned and boil it down. First, you write one single, powerful sentence describing your anti-vision, the life you will no longer tolerate. Period. Then you write one clear sentence that describes the new vision, the life you are committing to, starting right now. You see, when you go through this whole process, you're not just setting a goal or trying to be motivated. You are performing psychological surgery on yourself. You are actively deconstructing your old identity and consciously building a new one from the ground up. The person who goes to sleep that night is simply not the same person who wakes up the next morning. So, there you have it. That's the blueprint. You understand the identity trap and you have the tool of cybernetics to get out of it. You have the exact questions you need to build the next you. So the real question is, who are you going to be tomorrow?